What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Mohawk Motors. My name is Jason. So I bought another project and I'm really excited for this. I've wanted to do this project for a long time, and I finally found the starting point that I want for this. So I traveled all the way to Delaware to get it. I think I got a fair price on it, and I'll show it to you guys. Well, no surprise so far, right? Here it is. This is a 2007 Silverado Classic, regular cab, short bed, four-wheel drive. Like I said, I went to Delaware to get this thing, and part of why I was willing to make that trip was because it's in pretty good shape compared to a lot of ones that I've seen. But also, I bought it from the original owner. Gentleman's name was Dave. He bought it brand new off the lot back in 2007. If I remember correctly, the title's either got 6 or 36 miles on it. I can't remember. But it's the original title from the dealership. 36 miles on it in his name. So I am only the second owner of this truck. And if you've been here at the channel for a while, you know I hate trying to work from someone else's leave off, abandonment, give up, whatever it is point. I like to start with a clean slate. And that's what this truck is. It's well, I guess it's not necessarily a clean slate, but it's unmolested. It's got all the original sheet metal, all the original interior, all the normal issues that you come across on these era trucks. The front bumpers are always dented up because for whatever reason people can't see things in front of them. They always need rockers and cab corners here in the mid-Atlantic, and this one's no exception. It needs rockers and cab corners. It needs a fuel door. It needs a driver's seat. It needs a driver's door. It needs a door panel and a switch panel. Fortunately, I have the vast majority of the stuff that I need to get this thing to the point where I want it. And anything that I don't have right now, I'm sure I'll get. So this is our starting point. It's an original V8 truck, 5.3. This one actually has an L59 5.3. I really haven't seen that many regular cab short beds that came with an original L59. So I thought that was kind of cool. And yeah, runs, drives, stops. Guy was driving it every day until he sold it to me. And I want to bring this thing, first thing I want to do is bring it back to as nice as I can get it. Get a new windshield in it. I've got some seats and a center console that I want to get put into it. Door panel. I've ordered repair panels for all the rust that needs to be repaired. Everything else, I want to get it as nice as I can. So here's your visual inventory of it now. Rack is going to come off. You can see the tailgate starting to show rust. I've got a better tailgate for it. But yeah, I'm gonna start borrowing parts off the trucks that I have here, get it to how I want it, and then have it ready to go get the rust repaired. I don't do body work. I have a guy that does do body work. All right, so the first thing I want to do here, you can see the bumper smashed in. The grill's not sitting right because of that. And the headlight brackets, I can see through the bumper. Some of the headlight brackets are broken. So I want to get that fixed first. I've got this truck here. I've got another one behind the green truck there. Both the same color, both 2006s, so all the front end parts are the same. So I'm gonna get all the broken stuff off of this one and get the best parts that I have from these other two trucks put on. All right, I've got all the broken front end pieces off of this thing. And pretty much what I expected. There are a few little repairs in here. Looks like somebody made a repair to one of the headlight harnesses at some point. Looks like we've got a little repair to the washer fluid line from some point. But both of those not big deals. And frame looks nice and straight. Everything else in here looks fine. So I'm gonna go pick out the best parts I have for this truck this year in style, and then put it all back together with nice, not bent up, not damaged parts. Try to make it as OEM as possible here. All right, everybody, well, got the front end all put back together. I've got a nicer, it's not a perfect bumper, but it's definitely nicer than the one that was on there. Bumper on, a little bit better grill on. Chose the best set of lights that I could come up with around here. All the lights are working, got all light bulbs replaced where they need to be replaced. And the one side of the bumper I tweaked and got lined up. So let me show it to you. See, that side lines up way better now. It's not all caved in here. I didn't even realize how far it was actually pushed in, but I mean, it was pushed in so far that the grill had been rubbing against this upper plastic piece here and rubbed all the paint right off of it. So it's still not perfect, but it's a heck of a lot better than it was. Bumper lined up on this side. See, here's a little, like I was saying, this bumper is not perfect, but maybe that can get polished out. So, a lot better than it was. We should have a better gap now. Yeah. See, now the gap across the grill is even between the grill and the hood. The headlight gap on both sides is even now. Way better than it was. So I'm out of time for now. I'm gonna run in and eat dinner with my wife and kids. But this mirror is cracked. I'm sure I have another good mirror here. And there's actually, this door is pretty straight, but it's starting to flake down here at the corner. And over here also. And I have another door, exact same color, exact same door panel that is, it's perfect. There's no rust at all on it. So I think I'm just gonna swap that whole door out after dinner and bedtime. And then I'll see what other little odds and ends I can get moved around this evening before it gets too dark. All right, everybody. It's actually been a couple days since I left off. I worked well after dark. The days are getting shorter again, but I spent some time after dark getting the interior where I wanted it to be, well, closer to it. The little infrared sensor in the dash wasn't put where it needs to be, so I pulled the dash panel off, got that corrected, put that all back together. Got the passenger side door all squared away. It's good to go now. Has the best door panel, switch panel, everything else that I had in any of these trucks in it. The mirror over there is all squared away. I want to get the mirror that matches the passenger side and then put that over here on the driver's side. So I'm going to do that. And then I think I might pull the seats out and get the seats swapped today. I'm definitely going to swap out the seats because I don't want to deal with this nonsense here. Eventually down the road, this flip down, flip up center console is going to go away and it's going to get a full center console. But I'm not ready to do that yet because I still need to be able to get it into and out of four-wheel drive. It's got four-wheel drive on the floor. So I still need to be able to shift that whenever necessary. I have another truck here with a nicer steering wheel. It's actually got a really nice steering wheel, so I'm going to get the steering wheel swapped out also. So I have that. And yeah, probably chip away at other little odds and ends. I'm missing a little cover for this, so I'll get that. Little knick-knacky stuff. So nothing super exciting. I'm gonna get through it, get to it, and then I'll bring you guys back once I've made some progress on it. All right, everybody. Well, it's actually 3 days later now. I've been chipping away on this thing in the evening when I have a little bit of time here and there. So I've done all I can do to it with what I have here. There's some little odds and ends that I had to order, and then there's one bigger piece that I just need to find one. But there we go. You can see, you know, that old bumper was pushed in so far. It had the cover here rubbing against the grill. Hopefully when I send it for body work, they'll be able to repaint that for me. I took all the pinstriping off. I'm not a big fan of pinstriping. I've got an appointment next week for a windshield, new windshield. Now, the one big piece that I need to find that I don't have is this driver's door. Now, this one's not awful. It's got a dent here. It had a dent down lower that I was able to pull out of it. But it's rusted enough at the bottom that I want to get a rust-free door on here before I get the rockers and cab corners replaced. So that way, when he blends the paint and blends it all in and blends it into the door, it'll be a door that's going to be on there forever, not this rusty door that's going to need to be replaced in a year or two. Had a nice rust-free fuel door that I put on there. I had these wheels and tires from another truck that I parted out. For whatever reason, nobody seemed to want these wheels and tires. They're one of the nicer sets I've had, so I threw those on there. The bed on this thing is pretty nice. I got the that rack off of it that they had on there. I got everything cleaned out underneath. This truck lived in New Jersey its whole life. And there was just, in the farm country of New Jersey, so there was just sandy soil just everywhere on this thing. So I've I've been getting after it with the pressure washer and the hose pretty heavily to try to get all of that sandy, dirty soil off of it. And I think I've got it. It's pretty darn clean now. Rear bumper was good. I had a nice tailgate from another truck. It's not quite rust free, but it's definitely better than the one that was on here. It's got quite a few years of life left in it still. Took the pinstriping off, took the Z71 badges off. And then this is a nice rust-free door that I had from another truck. So I got that on there. I upgraded the mirrors to the ones with turn signals. Those were on a truck that I had here. Then I had this nice set of leather seats. So I put those in. See on this side too. I'm leaving the center console, the flip up center console in here until I no longer need the floor shifter. Comment below what you think my plan might be that I'm not going to need that floor shifter anymore. I've wanted to do this for a long time. So I finally found a truck that I think is worth the time and the effort. Nicer door panels. Now I used a master switch with the rear window circuits also. And I have a couple ideas that I want to try to use these two switches for later. And I hate drilling holes and dashes and other places to add switches. So I'll have these two switches here that I can use for some other stuff down the road. I had a nicer steering wheel on another truck that I put in. I went ahead and upgraded myself to an HD gauge cluster with the transmission temperature gauge built into it. And what else did I do in here? I think that's pretty much it. I had to order one of these little plastic side bezels. This one obviously is broken, and I didn't have any good ones. And yeah, I'm excited about this thing, guys. I'm gonna try to get it through inspection as quickly as I can. I checked all the lights are working. Windshield wipers are good. As soon as the guy comes to do the windshield, I'll put new windshield wipers on it just to make sure that's 100%. I'll probably do another video on the headliner. I want to do a custom headliner, so I have to figure out what exactly I want to do up there. And then yeah, after that it's probably going to go and get new rockers, new cab corners, and a respray to make it all nice, uniform, one color, look good, and have all the rust out of this thing. Alright, well, I think that's it for this video, guys. That gives you a good idea of what it was when I got it, what it is now. I'm not ready to tell you yet what I want to turn it into. I've wanted to do this for a long time. Really, since I started spending a lot of time working on this GMT 800 platform, I've had this idea. So I'm finally gonna be able to do it. I can tell you, I don't think there probably is not going to be any of the stock drivetrain left in the truck by the time I'm done with it. But along the way, I want to actually see what performance difference things make. It'll give me a good idea of where is your money best spent if you're trying to build yourself a little hot rod. The first thing that comes to mind, like, this truck has 342 gears in it. I'm pretty sure I have another truck here that has 410 gears in it. I want to see how much performance gain there is to get out of just finding another truck with a set of 410 front and rear differentials, swapping them into it, how much does that get you? What difference does it actually make? You know, adding an intake kit, how much performance difference does that actually make? Is it worth spending that money? So I'm excited to get this thing legal, get it on the road, and then get some baseline numbers. And as I make changes and it progresses, I'm excited to see what actual differences they make in how quickly the truck accelerates, top speed, braking. You guys have been here for a while, you know brakes are just as important to me as going. So more than likely one of the first things we're doing is going to be a brake test and then upgrade the brakes. But I'm excited. I hope you guys are pumped too. It's it's going to be a long road. I think this is going to be a multiple year project on this thing, but hopefully it'll give us a lot of good content, and it'll be something that we can have a lot of fun with. And hopefully maybe you guys can learn something along the way and have some fun with me too. Thanks a lot for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and until the next video, everybody, take care.